Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
Ladies and gentlemen, girls and gays.
From gutters to gay bars and everywhere in between.
Here to finish off your Tuesday, it's your three besties, two brunettes and a gay.
Stay here with your favourite two brunettes and a gay. I am Deanna. I've got Aaron sitting next to me. Celeste is sitting next to him.
Hello.
Are we all in studio today, everybody?
Buongiorno.
Did you ask if we're all in studio?
Just checking.
Present and accounted for.
Tick. I'm just doing a roll call right now. How is everybody today? Are you feeling sprightly? Are you feeling good? Feeling under the weather? What's
Not
going on?
overly sprightly. I had a rough night's sleep.
Oh, that storm was hideous, wasn't it?
Yeah, my dog doesn't do well with it. Dogs.
Oh,
dogs.
well, I don't do well with it either, to be
No.
honest.
But
I
more on
couldn't
that
sleep.
later in the show. Hey.
Absolutely.
Now, today, in tradition, the tradition of the last 2 weeks, the days of the year that it is today.
Yes.
Firstly, National Boyfriend Day. We are celebrating National Boyfriend Day today.
Oh.
It says, plan a fun
Boyfriend
date,
Day.
create a thoughtful gift, and make sure your boyfriend knows how important he is to you.
Oh, I'm so
Aw.
glad I don't have to do that.
I
Yeah,
know,
me too.
you both got husbands, so you're good.
If it was National Husband Day, it's another story.
Fantastic.
It's also National... Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, is there a National Husband Day?
Probably. There's a day for everything,
There's a
isn't there?
Boyfriend Day. There's a Father's Day. Is there a Husband's
Surely
Day?
there's a
Sure
Husband
there
Day.
is. But it's not
Surely.
today, so don't worry about it.
It's all right.
It's National Techies Day.
Techies.
To all the
Techies.
techs.
For
all the
those,
techs.
for all those tech heads out there.
To all the techs that make us, drive us nuts because nothing works
just
ever.
turn it off and on again, right?
And then...
Put it in rice.
Did you restart your machine?
Did you? Yeah, exactly.
Did you pull the cord out and then wait for the light to go off and did you put it back in? That's for all the techies out there. They get better as we go along. It's National Virus Appreciation Day.
I appreciate a good virus. Especially one on my computer because then the techs come in and help that situation.
It's a joint appreciation
Yes.
day.
Yeah, I think it's more like a viral virus, like for like humans.
How can we appreciate a
Yeah.
virus?
'Cause you- maybe 'cause
just
you
been in
get
lockdown for bloody 3 years
Sick
and now we're
days.
appreciating it.
They should have rethought that post-COVID National Virus Appreciation Day.
Maybe it's if you get a sickie.
Oh, we
You
do love
appreciate
those.
it. Yeah, there you go.
We do love those in Australia.
And last but not least, it's National Fruit at Work Day.
Oh, I'm upset I wasn't in the office today.
I was,
Would have
and
been
I
able
had
to celebrate
fruit.
that day.
I was in the office, and I had fruit in the office, and I didn't even know it was the national day of it. Why wasn't there a celebration?
You had fruit in the office. What was his name?
Aaron. Wait a minute. We're in an office right now, and you're here. So, Fruit Appreciation Day. Aaron is present.
Thank
It's
you
in
very
full
much.
force. There we go.
I feel very appreciated.
Now, big news, of course, over the weekend was that, not that, really applies to us, but it was the AFL and NRL grand finals.
Is that big news, really?
Well, not for me and you, Celeste, because we both skipped it and, did other things. I went to the beach.
Much more exciting.
Yeah, Aaron, you watched a bit of it, but but they had two very interesting headline acts, both AFL and NRL.
Yeah, well, I mean, the AFL had Kiss. I didn't watch it, but from all accounts, I heard they were fantastic. Aaron, you watched it. You said it was quite good.
Yeah, it was great. I'll give you a bit more of a review later in the show today.
Right. And then the NRL shocked me because they had the Tina Turner musical, and I thought, this seems extremely out of the blue, right? Why the Tina Turner musical and then Kiss for the AFL? But we've just been given a backstory. David has explained to us that 20 years ago, the beloved Tina Turner, may her soul rest in peace, was actually the face of the Australian NRL, and her song Simply the Best
Great song.
was actually used in promoting it, and she came over and did all that. So it made perfect sense after that explanation as to why the musical, well, I guess the cast from the musical were the act. I wonder if do people that watch NRL, are they into musicals?
See, I think
Seems
it's
like an odd match, though, right?
It didn't fit the brief. If they'd gotten maybe like a rock chick to come on and a couple of other celebrities to come on and do some Tina
Cameos.
tributes, I think that might have worked better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
Oh.
There you go. Now, Celeste, after the show last week, it appears that you may have encountered something extraterrestrial.
Well, yes, look, it remains to be seen, but I have a story for you. You'll have to come back after this break and I'll fill you in. Last Tuesday's show, I headed home as I usually would, got myself all sorted, had some dinner, sat around. My husband Jake was in Tasmania for work, so I had the house to myself, and I've become accustomed to, being at home alone. Enjoy a little bit of time by myself now.
Rubbish, you don't like it at all.
No, it's not too bad if it's not for too long a period of time. Took myself to bed. I'd had quite a long day, thought, it'd be nice to get an early night.
Yep.
And it was. Went to sleep quite easily, Good night's sleep. Woke up a couple times, but nothing crazy out of the ordinary. And then woke up Wednesday morning feeling actually quite sprightly. So I got up and I went into the bathroom as I usually would to get ready for my morning gym visit. And I went to tie my hair up. Now, on my wrist, I keep a hair tie. And so when I went to go take this hair tie off my wrist, I looked at my left-hand wrist and I noticed these two perfect circles, identical right next to each other on my left-hand wrist. And I thought, now you might think, why did your mind go here? But I thought to myself, I think I've been abducted by aliens overnight.
Oh, God.
And I'll tell you why.
Tell us why.
Years ago, I used to listen to, I guess, like some YouTube channels and podcasts of like the conspiracy theory nature. I don't know where you all stand on aliens, but I've always thought that the extraterrestrial is definitely a thing, okay? And so I've listened to, certain things that might have given me an idea that this is the type of marking on your body that would represent an alien abduction. Perfect circles. And I thought to myself, oh my God, I have been abducted by aliens, right? So I went to the gym. The abduction didn't stop me from my workout. Went to the gym.
Power through.
Saw my family because we all go to the same gym. And I told everyone, I was like, I think I was abducted last night. And I thought, you know what, I've got to talk about this story on air. I have to. But before that, I wanted to do some research into it because I want to bring it to the two of you, Deanna and Aaron, and ask you, with all the information that I found and seeing the markings on my body, would you both now agree that I was possibly abducted by aliens? Okay?
Okay.
Right.
So describe the dots to us.
Okay, so when I woke up, there were two perfect circular dots. I'll show you a picture because the morning of I thought, wow, this is aliens at its finest.
And I can confirm, because she did show me at the gym that morning, that they were two flat dots.
Two flat dots. Now
They're like
not
a reddish brown colour.
They actually look like two tiny like beauty spots.
Yes. Yeah.
Identical in look, same colour, weren't there Tuesday night, were there Wednesday morning.
And exactly the same size.
Right? Now, what would I have done overnight for these two dots to appear? I didn't do anything. I didn't go anywhere. I mean, my dog was in my bed with me, but she doesn't bite.
And if you did, you'd feel it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's no other logical explanation. Now, if I show you those marks a week later, I'll show you on my wrist, you can see that one of them has completely disappeared, almost like a little scar mark left behind, like a clear scar mark.
Yeah.
And one of them still there, exactly the same. Okay? So I did my research and I thought, I'm not going to go into this unprepared. I'm not going to sound like an idiot that's talking about being abducted. Aaron, I see your face.
Even though you do sound like an idiot that's talking about being abducted.
So I did my research, right? Can I tell you how incredibly difficult it is to find any information on the internet, on Google, about what anyone has experienced if they've thought they've been abducted? I mean, doesn't that just say something to you that you can't find any information, hardly any stories? I feel like it's so well hidden.
Yeah.
Because the government,
Well, I did search it once, and all I found was information about probing.
See, no, nothing of that
didn't
nature
have anything
came
about
up.
the dots, though.
No.
So,
But then I found a Reddit thread, and it was
here we go.
someone that had presented on their body, basically, and I'm going to show you the picture because I know you're all going to think I'm crazy. 5 perfect circular dots, right, that came up on their skin. Now, you can see the picture. Would you say that is at all similar to the markings on my body?
Similar. They look bigger, but yeah, they are similar in terms of how symmetrical they are.
Right. And I thought, great, okay, someone has experienced something similar to what I have.
Yeah.
And I looked at a lot of the comments because this is on a Reddit thread, right? A lot of comments. And this person was told, go to the doctor and have the doctor check it out because I, don't know what it is. No one knew what it was. Could possibly be aliens, but, who knows? This is what the doctor said, right?
Oh, here we go.
They have no idea where it came from. It was definitely not from an internal source because the body is not capable of producing perfect circles. The only possible explanation they could give me is that it was caused by my phone burning me.
I don't know if that's likely.
Right? My phone's
That's
not even
odd.
in my bed with me. So now that I have shown you the dots, I want to ask, alien abduction or something less sinister? Deanna, Aaron?
Well, look, I've just done some Googling while you're talking about symmetrical bug bites and spider bites, and it seems as though there are bugs that do that, but those are like blood spots. Like you can see that they're raw wounds, and yours never had that stage. So I don't know. Maybe there's something extraterrestrial.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yeah, probably. I'm a bit weird like that. Yeah. What about you, Aaron?
Oh, look, Celeste, looking at those dots, I just have to say, call Murray's, girl. Get Murray's out.
worries.
The
Pest
team
control.
from Murray's will help you out.
So we mentioned earlier in the show that it was the grand finals for AFL and NRL this week, and none of us really watch any football or any other sport. But Aaron, you attended something sporty over the weekend.
I did. I butched it up on the weekend. Butch Cassidy came back for the big day, the one day in... What is it, the one day in
Who's
September?
Butch Cassidy?
See, I got that right.
Isn't he a Sundance kid?
I think so.
There you
Butch
go.
Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
No.
Yeah. Anyway.
Learn something new every week.
You
Go
know.
on.
But no, I decided to butch it up because Mark organised a bit of a lunch for us to watch the grand final at the Tap House in the city
Right.
on Saturday. It was a beautiful long weekend.
You were thrilled about.
Oh,
I mean,
look,
the weather was superb.
the weather, I would have loved to have been anywhere but the Tap House, to be honest. No offence to the Tap House, but it was a beautiful day. I would rather be at the
We
beach
are
or in a
seeking
pool.
sponsors if you're interested.
Yeah. The Tap House is brilliant, but not the place you want to go to on a 31-degree day. You want
No.
to go to the beach. A
I was
pool,
at the beach.
anywhere to cool down. See, perfect,
Yeah.
perfect at the beach. So no, I got invited along, and it was. I dragged my feet there to this grand final because I don't watch sport, not into sport at all. The only thing I was into back in the day was basketball.
Yeah.
But even then, that was kind of hit and miss. So I went to the game. And
You went to a screening of the
I
game.
went to a screening of the game. And look, the only thing I was really excited about, to tell you the truth, was the Kiss performance. Now, that, to me, was probably one of the best AFL pre-game performances ever.
Ooh.
And I love that Paul Stanley at the press conference the day before, he turned around and he said, I won't give you any insights as to what we're performing, but I'm just letting you know there won't be any meatloaf on the menu.
Oh, interesting.
That a
So
bit of a dig.
go YouTube Meatloaf if you want to see what I'm talking about or
Okay.
what Paul's talking about.
But it definitely fit the brief better than the Tina Turner musical.
It totally fit the brief. They had the pyro, they had the rock and roll,
Yeah.
they had all the classic
It
songs.
was like, yeah, Aussie footy.
It was
They
rock and roll.
understood the
They
assignment.
understood the assignment, and all the kids that were performing with them. It was awesome. They had all these kids dressed up as Kiss. It was a real spectacle, as opposed to Tina Turner, which again fit a musical brief beautifully, but not necessarily an NRL grand final.
Yeah.
So it opened the show with, or opened the game with Kiss, and I was like, okay, cool, right, that's good. It's kicked it off really well. Let's sit and watch the boring part of it, which was the game. Mm-hmm. So 3 and a bit quarters, I'm sitting there going, oh my God, I can't deal with any more of this. This is just getting worse and worse and worse. And the way I dealt with it, I just kept filling the beer up. Mm-hmm. I got on the beers, so to speak, as the boys say. Get on the beers.
You just liquidated yourself.
I did liquidate myself.
In liquidation.
Liquidation
you
station.
lubricated yourself.
Exactly. I'm all about lubrication, and that on that day was exactly what I needed. So,
right.
But no, the weird thing is, and you even saw me, Celeste. I sent you a Snapchat, and I was even sending you a Snapchat going, "I'm so bored right now. I can't deal with this anymore."
Yeah.
The last 5 or so minutes of the grand final, as you will see on my Instagram, I got into it.
When I saw that video of you getting into it, I thought, but for sure that had to be a laugh. That was not real.
You're taking the piss.
It was 100% real. So Mark was actually taking videos of me just randomly.
No.
Because the last 5 minutes of the game, he was like, "Who are you, Aaron Collis? What have you turned into? What have I created here?"
Was this not alcohol fueled?
Yeah.
It's slightly alcohol fueled, yes. I have to say, it's slightly alcohol fueled. But the action of the game, because it was neck and neck, and because I hate Collingwood, I was going to say I didn't like Collingwood, I hate Collingwood. I was so excited that Brisbane were finally going to win and take the grand final home. But, of course, that wasn't meant to be. However...
Oh, yeah, who won?
This is how much Aaron doesn't watch sport, because he said take the grand final home, not take the premiership home.
Hey, I'm still an amateur here, okay? But no, it just got me to, it got me really into the game. And I think now I can understand why people really enjoy it. When there's a game so
when you know
competitive,
what's happening.
And when you know what's happening, you're in. I couldn't have done that for the NRL grand final. I have no idea what happens in the NRL grand final.
No. See, I'm sorry, Aaron. I respect that you went along and supported your beautiful husband, Mark, in viewing the game. But I've got a very controversial opinion here, and I am going to start a movement. I am calling for the immediate end of televised sport.
Going in.
Do you know
Why,
what?
Celeste?
I don't hate that idea.
Oh, look, I am very lucky that my husband Jake is not into any type of televised sport, because I could not handle it. It's just not something I will ever have on my TV at home. I grew up with it in my house. My dad has been a big football watcher. And even back in the day, Deanna and I used to frequent a game or two. Because we had, season tickets to Amy Stadium, and we thought, why not go and watch men run around in shorts?
Yeah, see, that's the pro of it.
Great, sure, I'm there for that.
The only thing I used to remember and like about footy games was copying everybody when they were like, ball!
Yeah.
Yes. And I think at first I thought they were yelling bull, as in like bull.
We were like...
But it's ball.
No, they were yelling bull as in bad call, like that was a bull call.
I thought they were yelling get the ball.
No, you were right the first time.
Isn't it ball? No, David's saying is it ball? Bull?
Holding the ball.
Holding the ball. Holding the ball.
Yeah, see, I'm right. They're yelling ball, not
Holding the
ball.
man.
I
Hold the
don't know
ball.
what goes on.
Oh, I thought I was right.
I'll tell you why I believe there should be an end to televised sport. I believe when you go and watch a game live, the environment, the atmosphere, I'm for it. I don't really go to sporting games, matches, whatever they're referred to as in this day and age.
Yep.
But I can appreciate a live event.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The televised version, it needs to go. It needs to be axed. We don't want it. And I believe it should go. Aaron, I thought you might be on my page up until you've just told me that you quite enjoyed it. So I don't know if we can even be friends anymore.
Nah, look, I'm mic dropping here. I've changed my mind.
Okay, what about, football you want to keep. What about tennis?
We'll keep. Tennis will keep. Cricket, you can have.
Oh, cricket, I would rather watch paint dry.
I'd rather stick bamboo under my fingernails.
I'd rather take my eyes out and put them
And
in
the same
soda
goes
water.
for golf. Sorry, the golf fans
God.
out there.
Oh,
Oh, and of course your favourite televised motorsports.
God. Cars going round a lap. Oh, my God.
But again, I have been to, or Celeste and I have both been to the Formula One in Singapore live. We went to the grand final in 2015, and that was actually quite riveting.
Yeah.
In person.
That's but I just made that point. The live event, I appreciate the live event. I appreciate the atmosphere and the environment of a live match or a live event. But the televised version, it needs to go.
Past couple of days, Mark and I came across something a little bit confronting on the old socials. Now, social media, some people love to share a lot on social media. They love to share every intimate detail that they have about their lives and about, their partners and their families and stories and stuff like that. And I came across, one of my friends, and I love her to bits. She's a beautiful friend. She put up a post over the weekend, both a post and a story on the old IG, the Instagram. And now, it was a bit confronting because the post was intimate photographs of the process of her child being born. Now, some of the images were pretty standard and not offensive at all. And then it got to a little bit too graphic of material, in my eyes, for the old IG. Now, it's an interesting thing because I'm very much against censorship in many ways. I think that, you should be able to have freedom of speech or freedom of posting what you wish, as long as it's not, hateful, etc., etc. But in this circumstance, it really offended me only because I was scrolling through my phone and eating my lunch at the time.
Oh, no.
And I lost my appetite. I was thinking, you don't have to share every little nitty-gritty bit of this whole experience, do you? I mean, what do you girls think? Would you share these pictures on Instagram or socials? And what are your thoughts about sharing them?
Interesting.
Celeste?
Do you want to go first, Celeste?
Look, I actually see there is value in sharing certain things in this process because I think for a lot of people that might be going through the process, especially if it's their first time, you can get each other on that level and you can maybe have conversations, and it invites conversations about experiences and, childbirth and that type of thing. I don't think it should be something that is scary. I feel like it should be something that we can talk about and communicate about with fellow women mothers, not that we are. But
did you say women mothers?
Women and mothers.
Women mothers.
But I will say that there is a line that I probably wouldn't cross, and that's because there'd be certain aspects of my journey, and I can't speak for everyone, that I think would be personal to me that I wouldn't want to share on social media.
Yeah.
And that would probably just be anything overly graphic or overly intimate. I love a good, childbirth picture, when you first see the baby be put on the mum or whatever, and that moment, those candid moments, I think that's beautiful. Yeah. But if we're talking graphic in nature, and I'm assuming, some kind of, images that would be a little bit confronting. Yeah. I personally wouldn't share them, but I also understand the value in certain aspects. So I'm a little bit of a fence sitter on this one.
You are a little bit.
Deanna, what are your thoughts on this one?
Oh, I share a completely opposite opinion on stuff like this. Now, many of our listeners might know that I was an animal rights activist in a former life. Kind of still am a little bit. But they don't know that I was a women's rights activist before this, for 4 years. And this is the thing. Firstly, would I share? No. I have nothing in me compels me to share that. But I am so for it. And the reasons that I am so for it is because I feel like as a society, how on earth did we get to the point where something as natural as a childbirth is considered offensive? Whereas we can have 12-year-olds shaking their ass in a G-string on social media and that's not offensive. Are we serious? It's a natural process. So for me, I am all for it, and I think all power to the mums who wish to share it. I do understand that sometimes if people are sensitive to graphic content, potentially a trigger warning is necessary because, yeah, sometimes you're scrolling through. But also, I think, like, that's the risk you take when you open up socials. It's like a mixed bag. You never know what you're going to get.
I just think where's the line, though, when it comes to natural? Because there's lots of natural functions of our body that we could be posting on socials.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And
Maybe
it's all
we just
beautiful, right?
open the floodgates then. Just let them all out. What do you reckon?
You know, like, yeah, where is the line then? Where is the line? That's an interesting conversation.
It's a very deep conversation. I don't think we're going to be able to pick where the line is today.
I do think the line should be drawn at 12-year-olds shaking their ass in a G-string on social media. Wherever you've seen that, I definitely think the line should be drawn.
You see them in bikinis, strings.
Yeah.
All of the time. Not even bikinis, just
when I see
ribbons.
when I see some of the teenagers of today and what they wear and what they post, I'm like, God, if you saw me when I was 13.
Well, you know, like if in 13 I was wearing we had board shorts. That was in fashion.
Yeah.
You know, we were so covered. It was like high-waisted board shorts down past the knee.
Yeah.
You know, like a crop tank top was like, whoa, getting risque.
Yeah.
And now it's like 2 stickers and a ribbon. And that's all there. So, no, I am all power to it.
Actually,
Potentially there could be boundaries around, you know, what's suitable and what's not. But in terms of it being a natural thing, like, I think it's wonderful and I'm all for it.
I think, and it's good to hear, you know, your girls' thoughts on this. I think we should hear from our listeners out there as well. If you've got some thoughts on this, send us a DM, send us a message, and let us know your thoughts on this topic. And Deanna, by the way, thank you very much. You've just created my Halloween costume for this year.
Two stickers in a ribbon.
2 stickers in a ribbon.
You can. People be like, "Who are you?" And you can be like, "Every 12-year-old on Instagram."
Welcome back.
Ooh, this feels grand.
I know, the grand entrance. It is tea time with 2 brunettes and a gay.
Woo!
Oh, and God, it has been a big week.
Big week in showbiz.
Big week in show business.
There's no business like show business.
Starting off with what seems to be, you know, one of the biggest topics of conversation over the past, I guess, 7 days, maybe if not slightly more. Taylor Swift has got herself a new man.
Oh, she's got more material for her next album.
She's gotten herself a new man.
Especially if she breaks up with him in the time. It's going to be a full...
She's got a whole album.
Yeah, she's set.
Totally.
Yeah.
She's got a whole album.
ready.
What is fascinating about this new relationship, right, is obviously if you're not familiar, T Swift, everyone knows who Taylor Swift is, or I assume everyone knows who Taylor Swift is, has started, I guess it's assumed she started dating, although I don't know if it's like anything official. Travis Kelce,
I think.
yes.
Yeah.
And he plays in the NFL in the US. So I believe it was a little bit of a slide into the DM situation.
Oh, was it?
Yes, and I think he invited her to a game because he said, I came and watched you in concert at the stadium. Why don't now you come and watch me play?
Hey,
And so
smooth.
she did. She took him up on the offer and she was in the box. She was in the family box.
Let's not go there.
Let's just slide right past that.
You would expect him to be in the box, but yes. keep
He
going.
possibly was. We don't know what happened after the
I had
game.
to. It was right there. Yeah.
There was
Right.
an opening.
But since
It
this,
was an opening in the box.
we've lost it. That's it. We've lost
Sorry,
it.
continue with your story.
Right. But
Tay-tay.
since
Yeah.
her attending the first game, so she's attended 2 games now. She went to the one. She went to the initial one. I think he plays for the Chiefs.
I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
don't
In
know what
televised
that's
sport, but he plays for the
In
Chiefs.
televised sport, hashtag, yeah.
And then she went to one in New York as well. So she's been to 2 games now. Right.
Oh.
Since her attendance, since this relationship has come about, which makes you think, is this for the media circus that comes with it? Ticketing platforms like U-Stadium, StubHub and Ticketmaster say ticket prices for the last New York Jets home game against Kansas City, which is the team he plays for, the Kansas City Chiefs, more than doubled in price.
What?
with some tickets going for as much as $10,000 a seat.
Just because Tay-Tay was there.
Really?
According to the NFL's official merchandise partner, Travis Kelce jerseys saw a near 400% sales spike.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
Tay-Tay fans are crazy. We've said this before.
Oh, the Swifties.
And
Yeah,
on
nuts.
Instagram, since she attended his game, he has gained more than 400,000 followers.
Gosh, wow.
So it makes you think, is this just for the media circus?
Is it a career
or
move? Could
who
be.
knows?
Let's hope it's real love.
But we've got all eyes on our T-Swift to see what happens next.
I love the fact that she actually plays those stadiums by herself and he has to play with the whole team.
Literally, people have actually made that comment so much that it's like she sold out this stadium by herself, just so you know.
Yeah, just FYI. Now, speaking of pop princesses, our beloved Britney Spears, or I should say Britney Spears, literally, has been playing with
Britney Butcher
knives. Britney Butcher knives. She has been playing with she's been playing with knives on her Instagram.
Britney Knives.
Britney knives.
I just got that. Britney Spears, Britney Knives.
She's just a less primitive version of herself.
She's
David's just got it too.
She's upgraded to knives now.
And look, oops, she's done it again because the police have been called out for a welfare check to poor Britney's house
They've
because
just
she
set up
posted-
camp there, I feel.
I think so too. So there's just this video of her dancing and you know, as she normally dances on Instagram with these two knives. But if you look deeper into it, she actually came out, I think she came out and said it in a since deleted post, but basically she was paying tribute to Shakira, who on the VMAs performed a dance with two knives. Now, look, I think originally there wasn't any context, so people were a bit worried about poor Britney, you know, and the poor little four doggies in the background.
Well, they
Look,
real
really
knives.
worried. Allegedly they weren't, but who knows? You know, with Britney, you just don't know what's going on these days.
People are concerned for her mental health.
Yeah, poor Britney.
And
But let's hope she gets better.
And another big one, the Kardashians, they're at it again. The feuds continue. This time, Kim and Kourtney, well, I don't know if it's this time. I feel like it's an ongoing feud with Kim and Kourtney. Oh, God, they are in the throes of a big argument between sisters. So basically,
ratings.
in watching... They've just started airing the new season. I believe it's the 4th season of the Kardashians. And in watching the edits for the last season, season 3, in which they were fighting in, it reignited their arguments. It reignited their fights, right? So they started re-arguing. Now the fights have been about Kourtney's wedding, Kim's partnership with Dolce & Gabbana, who designed Kourtney's wedding dress. There's so much into it, but... Everybody knows that Kourtney Kardashian is very heavily pregnant with baby Barker, Travis Barker's child, right? Their first child together. He has released a book, and in his book, in one of the chapters, it talks about the reason that he moved to Calabasas was because he was in love with Kim Kardashian, Kourtney's sister.
Oh, juicy.
Now, do we think the feud is for the reasons of, you know, like, oh, I didn't like your wedding. Oh, you have a deal with a brand that I worked with. Like, or do we really think it's because Kourtney's man was initially in love with Kim?
Or do we really care?
Or
that's
is he
my
doing
question.
what the NRL, the guy, whatever Taylor Swift's boyfriend's
Travis
doing,
Kelce.
you know, raising his brand. Really, it's like, I don't care which Kardashian.
That's quite a commitment to raise your brand and, like, impregnate someone.
That's literally raising
if you're
your
driven
brand.
by fame, does it matter?
I don't know.
dear.
Controversial.
But it's all going down.
It's all going down with the Kardashians.
It's all going down. And just before we go, Cher wishes she could turn back time because she's been accused of kidnapping her own son. So more about that in due course. Well, last night, my gosh, the storm was insane, ladies.
It was a bit of a
wasn't it?
weird one. There was a lot of lightning.
lot of thunder. The thunder woke me up more
Came
than
out of
lightning.
nowhere as well, from yesterday's weather to last night's storm.
Yeah, no, it's bloody spring, I tell you, up and down. But with that storm last night, I was having really weird dreams.
Yeah, the storms bring on a bit crazy energies for sleep. Like I was waking up, and I'm usually a solid sleeper.
Yeah, I feel like that. I usually get the most random dreams when there's a storm. I had the most random one. It was really weird. I can actually, you know, when you can visualize a dream so clearly and remember it. Usually, you know, there's those dreams that you have, and you're like, I don't really remember too much of it.
Yeah, quite erratic.
Yes, that's the word, erratic. But this one in particular was very, very vivid, and so it was really odd. I was at work. Well, I was working from home, and I decided to join a Teams meeting with a bunch of my team.
In your dream?
In my dream. But I decided to do it while I was having a bath.
Multitasking.
I was multitasking, and then for some reason, so I had my camera off, and then for some reason I accidentally pressed the button that turned the camera on. So at first, everyone then saw that I was in the bath and were like, "Oh, Aaron, what are you doing? Are you joining us from your bathroom?" I'm like, "Oh my God, sorry, I'll just turn the camera off." Didn't turn it off, stood up, they saw everything.
Did that actually happen in your
Hold
dream?
on. Okay. When I envision you in the bath, did you have like a glass of champagne and like a towel wrapped around your head? That's exactly how I see you.
No, it was a glass of red. It was so bizarre. And I remember waking up feeling like, you know when you wake up and you're like, ugh, you cringe.
Yeah. You wake up and you feel like a bit, it's a bit like an icky feeling.
Icky, and you feel like it actually happened.
Okay.
But I just think that the storms bring out the craziest dreams in me.
Yes.
I don't know what it is, but
Okay.
I feel like I'm not the only one that has
did you
crazy
look
dreams
into
like that
did you
during
look
the
into
storm.
what that might mean, Aaron? What does it symbolise? Because you know, dreams, and Italians especially will argue that dreams mean things.
Yeah, I always believe in dream meanings and stuff like that too.
And funnily enough, like our Nonna, shout out to Nonna, hello Nonna, because every week she says to us, "You didn't say hello to me this week."
Hello, Nonna.
We said we can't dedicate the show to you every week, Nonna.
But there you go.
But
Nonna,
today we
hello.
can.
We did today. But every time we have a dream, somehow she's a dream dictionary. She knows the meaning of everything.
Yeah, she doesn't know her address, but she knows the meaning of every dream.
Well, I'm still to find out the dream meaning of me being buck naked in a Teams meeting.
Yeah.
So we need to look at this.
Yeah,
We
let's
need to
look into that.
this.
We're going to have to research that, and we're going to have to bring it back after the break. But I mean, odd dreams. I know that I've had a few. Celeste, have you had a few?
Never. No, probably had many.
Oh, look, I mean, I got a really funny story about a dream, actually. I think we will look up the dream meanings,
Yes.
and I think we're going to throw to the news right now, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to look into what Aaron's naked bathtub dream, full frontal nudity.
What is the
scene-
meeting of a naked Zoom meeting?
The naked
Teams
yeah,
meeting, thank you very
right?
much.
I wonder
Yeah.
if the world since COVID has progressed and now Teams meetings and Zoom meetings are in dream dictionaries. You never know; they could be.
I'm interested to find out.
So Aaron had a dream last night that he was naked in a bathtub on a Teams meeting, and he stood up and all the bubbles went away.
Yeah.
But not the ones in his glass.
Not the ones he had a glass of wine. Thank goodness. for that.
The bubbles only go away in his glass when he drinks it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No, it was
But
a red wine this time, like I said.
Celeste,
not a
you looked
bubbles.
up the meaning.
I did.
Yeah,
of
I
that
want-
dream during the break.
Tell
Aaron,
me
you've
what it
been eager
means.
to hear what this might mean, and I looked it up,
Okay.
and I have an answer for you.
Yep.
Nakedness often reflects an individual's insecurities.
Oh.
If you dreamt of being naked in a dream, then you fear those insecurities might get revealed. It also may indicate that you are about to be exposed.
Dun, dun, dun.
And in a work setting, Aaron, what could this possibly mean? What do your work know about you?
Oh, wow. They're going to expose me for the person that I really am.
Does that scare you?
The person
A
that,
footy fan.
The person that sneaks into someone's nuddlex when they're not looking.
Well, I mean, would you classify yourself an
dodgy.
insecure person?
Did I just out myself? No, I'm just kidding. Sorry?
Would you classify yourself an insecure person?
I can be. Yeah, I can see that.
So maybe your dream was just showing you something that you were feeling
Maybe, yeah.
in just a
You know
really
what?
odd, graphic way.
Because I've had an issue with my wisdom teeth. I think maybe that's affected my insecurity.
Maybe.
Because I've had a swollen face.
Maybe it's been on your mind.
There we go. We put two and two together here. I like it.
Weird dreams. Celeste, what comes to mind?
Oh, look, I've probably had many weird dreams, but like outside of dreams, I just find I get really odd sleep paralysis a lot of the time.
Yeah, you do. That's so weird.
What does that mean? What exactly is it when you get sleep paralysis?
Oh, it's not something I'd wish on you. Let me be honest. Basically, sleep paralysis is like when I tend to get it either when I'm coming out of sleep or when I'm falling asleep, and I get it worse, and I've looked it up and this is actually very accurate. I get it worse when I'm very tired. So when I'm really overtired and I go to bed and I can feel myself falling into sleep, it basically is the feeling of like your entire body going into paralysis. So you can't move. I can't move my arms or my legs. I can't speak, but you're like conscious and you're awake.
God, that sounds like a nightmare.
And yeah, it really does feel like that. And so you like I might try and talk or scream, and often I'll try and like say my husband's name. I'll be like, Jake, but it doesn't come out, and so you have to like fight to get out of it.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's weird. I've only had it
Wow.
once in my life before, and it's a horrendous experience. But you are like, it's like you wake up, but you're paralyzed.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And so you're like trying to, you know how as soon as you wake up out of a dream or something, you like shake yourself, you might turn over or whatever the case is. You go to do that, but you can't.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Wow.
You go to like move and you're like, I can't move, but you're like, you feel like you're conscious.
Is there a cure for it yet? Like, is there any kind of medicinal stuff or anything that can help it?
No, probably just a bottle of wine before bed, so you just knock yourself out.
Yeah, that's it. Get some sleeping tablets.
Now
What about you,
Now you know what
Diana?
puts me to sleep.
I used to have recurring dreams, especially when I was younger. Like, I still have them as I'm older as well. But
Yeah.
particular recurring dreams I used to have was being chased when I was a kid.
Oh.
I don't know if anybody listening has had dreams about being chased, but I used to always be running and I'd always be in the same place. So it was recurring because every time I would run, I'd get further than the time before.
Yeah.
But it was around my school, like my primary school at the time. I've also had multiple dreams of different people I know dying.
Oh,
I'm someone who
really?
dreams of people dying.
Right. Well, I've got
None of them have died, thank God.
I've
but-
got some explanations for you if you want them.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, on the death thing, I believe it's quite commonly.
Well, there's a wives' tale to say if
Yeah.
you dream of someone dying, you give them a longer life.
yeah, you
Oh,
extend
Yeah,
their
okay.
life,
So
right?
it's supposed to be a good thing.
That's good.
Can't comment on how accurate that is, but I've always heard that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, if whoever you've dreamt of dying, best of luck to them
Yep.
in their life expectancy. But in chase dreams, right, we looked it up, there is a relatively broad consensus that chase dreams are related to heightened anxiety in waking life, and that the overall scenario suggests that the dreamer is avoiding acknowledging the cause of that anxiety.
Hey. Sounds about right.
Oh, we've gotten really deep here.
I
at the end of our
know.
show.
I
love it.
love hearing about dreams. I find them all very fascinating. But there you go.
So what are you both avoiding? You've got some big life
Yeah, I know.
questions to answer tonight.
Yeah.
We might need a counselling session, Aaron.
I think let's go do it after the show. We'll go meet for a drink.
All right. Well, before we do that, how about we get into our favourite segment of the show? It's been a while. It's been a few weeks since we've done it. It's Would You Rather.
Oh, love this one.
I got some good questions this week. So let's hear funny Would You Rather questions. That's what I Google, so let's hope that these are funny. All right.
Subjective.
Celeste, Aaron, would you rather have an incredibly annoying high-pitched voice or a really deep, manly voice?
High-pitched.
What would you rather? Would you rather a high pitched voice?
Yeah, I'd rather a high-pitched voice.
Really?
Yeah, I want to pierce people's ears.
Well, that's very.
I want
much
them to be
you.
like, oh my God. And I'm like, yeah, I'm in your brain.
No, I want a butch voice. I want a bloody
Well, it
low
kind of
voice.
makes sense, though, because you're a girl and you're a guy. And so,
Yeah, let's
you know.
swap.
Yeah, if you guys swap, it would be funny.
That would be perfect.
Sure.
Okay, that sounds
I'll
good.
do anything for a laugh.
Yeah.
Would you rather give up your phone or only wear Crocs for the rest of your life?
Oh my god.
Give up my phone. I will not put those on my feet.
No.
Not a fan of the Crocs? Yeah, sorry, I'm anti-Crocs here too. I know some people are
do
cult
it.
Crocs. Like some people like are just
Disgusting.
all about the Croc.
No, they're filthy.
Don't get it.
I can't do it. I've never even tried a pair on. I've heard they're extremely comfortable. I've never even tried a pair on.
Nah, burn them. Hate Crocs.
Would you rather have an abnormally big toe or an abnormally big ear? It's a tough one.
I feel, well, I mean, I was going to say toe, but like, what if your shoes don't fit?
Yeah, it's hard to
you
find
can
those
always get
sizes as
custom
it is.
toes. You can always get, well, you could get surgery actually on either, but you can always get custom shoes. But the ear, like you can always see it's on your face or attached to your head.
Toe.
Yeah, I'll go toe too.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Would you rather be 3 feet tall or 8 feet tall?
3 feet.
Oh, 8 feet. I'd love to tower over people.
No, I'd love to just be like, I can't do that, so I can't reach.
There you go.
Forever looking for a step.
Aaron, here's one for you specifically.
Yes.
Would you rather be naked at work for an hour or be dropped 2 miles from your house while you're naked and you have to try and get home?
This is too close to home for me
Too
from
close
last
to
night's
comfort.
What time are we what time are we out of the house? Is this like a in the middle of the night thing where I might not be seen?
I don't think there's intricate details here.
Okay,
I need further details.
It's at 9 a.m.
Oh, no, definitely spend an hour in the office naked.
Oh, God. Oh. Yeah, no, I'll do the other one.
Are you in a cubicle?
No, we're open plan, baby.
Oh, see, I have an office. I can close the door.
Yeah, see, you're lucky that way. No, I'll do the other.
Last one.
All right.
Would you rather be a mad genius or popular but dim?
I'm both.
Dim. Look, I'm shallow. I'd rather be popular.
Really?
But dim. I'm already dim. Just add the popularness.
Yeah, okay. Celeste?
Yeah. Popular but dim.
No.
I'm like you.
I'd rather be the mad genius. I prefer not to people.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Yeah, there you go.
Actually, that would suit you.
Yeah, I'd be like, well,
can
I
really
feel like
see
I
that.
am.
Look, I take
I'm mad. I don't know about the
issue
genius.
with the mad part of the mad genius because I feel like if you're a mad genius, you just feel like completely overwhelmed and chaotic all the time, and like it wouldn't. At least if
So
I'm
what's-
popular but dim, I'm like, you know what? What are you going to do about
If you're
it?
popular but dim, you just become Kim Kardashian. That's it.
I feel
That's
like the
all it is.
mad genius isn't that different to my life already. And, the thing
Oh,
about...
you think awfully highly of yourself.
Yes, yeah.
Well, okay, I just said before, though, I don't know about the genius part, but definitely the mad part.
Yeah.
But, the thing is that the mad geniuses, they don't become discovered until after their death, usually. It's like very poetic almost. It's like in life they were nothing, but then afterwards everyone discovered their work and it became really integral to our society.
So what you're saying is you're only in your 30s. We've got a good 50 plus years of you left
yeah,
And
before we figure out if you're
Maybe.
a mad genius.
there you go.
And basically, no one's tuning in anyway, so they're not going to find out until after the death.
There you go.
There you go.
Perfect.
You're timing it perfectly.
That was our that wasn't unpopular opinions. It was our would you rathers for this week. Good work.
How would you rather?
Would you rathers. Tuesday takeaways. Aaron, you have asked to share some specific Tuesday takeaways this week.
I really love a good Tuesday takeaway.
Do you?
Mm.
We
What
don't
do you
really
normally get?
Tonight's usually a pasta.
Get myself a nice pasta.
A nice pasta. Now, my takeaway is very footy themed this week. Because I actually, that last 5 minutes of the game has converted me into the AFL
Oh, God.
sphere.
Here
I
we
tell
go.
you. Because there are some real pros about watching AFL.
Okay,
Are
last
we
ditch.
talking, just to clarify, are we talking televised sport or are we talking live event?
Well, look, this personally is for the televised sport,
Okay.
which I know you can't connect with.
All right, your last ditch event to get Celeste on side.
Okay.
Go.
The pros?
Effort. Last ditch effort.
That.
You said event.
I don't. I'm mad.
Mad genius.
Mad genius.
Hot men in tight little shorts.
I said that though. That's the reason to go to the live game.
But you can still perv on it on the TV.
Close ups on the TV.
Tell you. My favourite, you can let out anger and aggression by screaming insults at the television.
You can do that at a live game too.
Oh, but also this is intertwined as well. You can do it anywhere because I do it anywhere as well. Drink excessively, and it's accepted.
It is socially acceptable to drink for sporting events, isn't it?
Oh, or any event for me.
It's almost kind of expected.
Yeah, I feel like it fits the brief.
Drinking, sports goes hand in hand. But they're my Tuesday takeaways.
Oh, that's it. Just 3.
Just those 3.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I'm over the line with those.
They're the key ones.
Okay, Celeste,
That was a very accurate sporting reference there for you. Over the line.
Hey.
Oh.
You're offside. I don't know what that means, Dave.
Out of bounds.
All right,
Celeste?
are you converted?
Absolutely not.
No.
All right, more
Whatever.
work to be done
No,
there.
I'll go to a live event and watch people run around in shorts for sure, but not on television. No.
Pff, you're boring.
Look, tell Celeste what you think. Head to our social media, 2 Brunettes and a Gay, Facebook, Instagram.
Tell me what you really think.
Tell her what you really think. Find her handle on there. Go and stalk a personal account. Tell her what she should be liking about sport.
Yeah. And tell me if you think it got abducted or what those dots might mean.
Yeah, there you go. If you know what the dots are, if you're an alien abduction specialist, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
And of course, if you're listening to us live and you want to catch us on the podcast, Two Brunettes and a Gay is available on all your major podcasting platforms, or you can tune in live via Radio Italia Uno on 87.6 FM every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Also available on the Radio Italia Uno Adelaide app. Woohoo! That's it. It's the end of the show. Good work, everybody.
And you got through this show with very minimal inaccuracies in your speaking, Deanna.
I know, but you
Congratulations.
almost just had one then, so maybe I've passed it on. Who knows?
Absolutely.
Don't jinx me now. Let's see if I can be on a
Well
streak.
done. Well done.
Thank you very much. I'm articulate today. Look at that.
You are. Now have a fabulous week, and we'll see you
Next Tuesday.
Ciao, Adelaide. It's your favourite trio, Two Brunettes and a Gay, here to remind you to join us every Tuesday at 5 p.m. for your drive home.
Expect the best beats, sassiest segments, and plenty of piping hot tea from the weekly rumour mill. And let's be honest, we know us Italians love a good gossip.
So tune in at 5 p.m. every Tuesday right here on your number one station, Radio Italia Uno, 87.6 FM.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to AuscastNetwork.com for details.